Hello everyone, welcome to the Geekdom, the place where we outcast come to talk about the things we love, and it is Star Wars week, all week, so we're talking Star Wars. Welcome to Trooper Tuesday, episode 2. We're going to be taking a look at the clones from the Malevolence arc of the Clone Wars today, starting with Boost, Sinker, and Commander Wolf. Malevolence is just one of my favourite stories from the Clone Wars. It's always so nostalgic to me to go back and watch those really early episodes. So cool, and such a great way to show us how awesome Plo Koon is. So here we have our 3 clones. We've got Boost, Sinker, and Commander Wolf. Now, something I really love about these guys is it's one of the only times we get to see the Wolfpack in their sort of like brownish red armor instead of the grey. And fun fact, they changed their armor from this color to grey because of the events of the Malevolence in honor of all the troopers that they lost. Okay, we're going to start with Commander Wolf, who is one of my all-time favorite clones. Except he's not wearing his iconic armor here. He is wearing his just kind of general naval officer attire. I think this is the only episode we ever see him wear this in, but I think it's just such a cool outfit, and I've always wanted to make a naval officer figure, so happy to have this here. We'll start from top to bottom as per usual. He's using the Zane hairpiece in black. It's the standard hairpiece I always use for my clones now, because I just think it's perfect to that hair shape they have in the show. Moving down to his face, he's got his classic clone face print, just like all the other clones in this set. Moving down to the torso, I didn't realise we've never actually got a full-on naval officer before, besides maybe Admiral Yularen from the new Venator class Star Destroyer. But this was a really cool figure to make. I always loved the way that they looked in the early seasons of the Clone Wars. I love that just kind of very clean-cut, classic design. I think it's a really interesting way to have this sort of uniform with that sort of like S shape going down the centre. But yeah, at the top of it you can see he's got these like shoulder sections that merge into his collar around his neck, and then moving down he's got his insignia showing his rank within the Wolfpack, and then as I said he's got that S-shaped sort of lapel where it just kind of crosses over the pieces of fabric, and then he's got that kind of classic Star Wars officer belt that we've seen on Imperial officers, Republic officers, First Order officers. It's just the one constant between them all. His legs are very simple, just dual molded black and grey, because he simply just wears boots. There wasn't too much detail to put in there, plus there's not a great deal of angles you can get off his legs in that episode, so I just made do with what I could. These Trooper Tuesdays aren't to be the world's most detailed figures ever, it's just kind of to give us a representation of these awesome characters, however detailed they are. His arms do have a small amount of printing. It's just got these 2 lines going across his wrist, which apparently naval officers had. I had no idea they were there till I started making this figure, but I like it. It's just a little bit of extra detail that makes the arms pop and makes the character look like a more complete uniform. He has his hands in black because he's obviously wearing gloves, and yeah, that is Commander Wolf. Now, Wolf does have red armor. He does, it's in the comics, I believe. But my only thing with that is, I'm not sure if I'll ever make comic book clones for my Trooper Tuesdays. I know there's like a future version of Kix with a really cool armor design, but I'm just not sure if I want to include that in these Trooper Tuesdays. But you never know, they may pop up one day in a future Star Wars CMF. Now, moving on, we've got Boost and Sinker. Some really cool clones that we don't get to see enough of. They are both completely identical. Like, their armor is completely identical. So I will just quickly show you now the only discernible factors of these characters, and that is the hair. Now, I gave Sinker the same hair that I gave Crosshair. It's just that sort of grey, slick back hair. I couldn't find a piece that I thought was perfect for Sinker, so I thought my Crosshair hair was probably the best match. And then for Boost, he has this really weird hair that a few clones have, including Commander Gree, which is like 2 mohawks in red, just going straight back, which looks, first of all, just really dumb. What a horrendous haircut, but also very impractical when it comes to Lego. So the best I could do was give him the mohawk piece that I believe first appeared in the Sons of Garmadon wave for Lego Ninjago. I know I have one of those mohawks somewhere, and I just gave it to him in a dark red to match his hair colour. Sadly, I couldn't give him the break down the middle just because the way hairpieces plug onto minifigure heads, I just couldn't make it work. But I do think it looks good. I think it's very clear that this is Boost and Sinker, and yeah, those are the only discernible factors. Now we'll talk about their armour. So, starting with their helmets. I love these guys' helmets, I think they're really cool. We'll start from the bottom of the helmet to the top, because the top's way more exciting. The bottom is mostly just standard clone, but they've got these 2 little brownish red portions on their chin. Don't know what that signifies, but you know, it just adds a bit of colour to the bottom half of the helmet, which I'm a big fan of. They've got 2 big red portions going across their brow, and then they've got this giant wolf symbol up top. It's not as detailed as the Wolfpack symbol that we see in the Phase 2s, But, you know, it's still certainly present. I like that it's in black instead of that red. It's a nice contrast to the rest of the armor. Really makes the Wolfpack symbol pop. Moving down onto their chest portion. As per usual, I am using the Phase 1 live action armor piece. Because I just think it's got a lot nicer detail. It's all kind of crushed together a bit more, and honestly I sometimes think that the old Clone Wars clones look a little bit goofy for Phase 1s. When we eventually get onto Phase 2s, I'll start using the new, more Clone Wars-y Phase 2s, but I just prefer this look. But as for these guys, they've basically just got like a red top portion that's like supposed to carry on into their shoulders. I really like it. I think it's some very simple design. I just like it when they just add a little bit of colour to the torso, because in the last video when we did Jack and Reese, they've got some very boring armour, so I'm glad there's a little splash of colour here. Similar thing for the legs, it's just like that really nice splash of that dark brown onto the kneecaps and onto the shins. It just spices the figures up a little bit, makes them way less plain and boring. But the arms are where I really enjoy these figures. The left arm, it is kind of boring in the fact that it's just kind of colours on the armour, nothing too special. It's got that red pauldron as well as the elbow and bicep section in that brown as well. But it's nice, you know, they've got a bit of contrast. They've got that nice like white wrist gauntlet there, which does look nice. It contrasts the rest of the red, which is always good. But the left arm, I am a big fan of, because they've got that symbol that all the Wolfpack seem to have in one way or another. And I believe it's the symbol for Plo Koon, because Plo Koon does have that on his wrist gauntlets as well. I may be wrong though. If you do know what that symbol is, just let me know down in the comments, because I know it's present on quite a lot of their armour and on Plo Koon's wrist braces, so I'm assuming it's like a symbol for Plo Koon and stuff. But yeah, they've got that in white. It's a really nice symbol. It really just jazzes up the shoulder. And then besides that, you know, you've just got their standard. And finally, as I'm trying to do for all of these Trooper Tuesdays, I've tried to recreate certain cinematic moments from the episodes with the figures themselves. So here is my render of the attack of when the droids attack the escape pod that they're in. I just whipped up a little escape pod thing, and I think it looks really good, to be fair. We've got Plo Koon on the right, we've got Sinker and Boost just kind of on the sides, and then we've got Wolf inside the cockpit, just like he is in the episode, attacking these battle droids. Yeah, I really love this render. If you do want to see any more of these renders, they will all get posted over on the Geekdom Instagram account, which is in the link in the description, so go give us a follow over there, because I'm going to start posting way more of these renders. I love doing this sort of LEGO photography. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, feel free to like and subscribe down below. We're officially over 700 subscribers. We're killing it. So exciting. We're this close to 1,000 people. Come on, we can do it. But yeah, let me know what clones you want me to do in the future. I'm going to try and get every single clone we see on screen done in LEGO. So if you have any favourites that you want to see sooner rather than later, you just put them down below and I'll make sure to get to them as soon as possible. But anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. May the Force be with you always.